All right, Battlebox fans, I just got the first box of 2025, and from what I'm hearing, themes are back this year too. So let's open this thing up and see what we got. What's up guys, Eric here with At Home in the Future, and I'm back with another Battlebox unboxing, starting off a fresh year of these things. If you're unfamiliar with Battlebox somehow, this is like the OG gear subscription. Survival stuff, outdoor stuff, prepping stuff, all sorts of things. Comes in 4 different flavors. There's a basic box, it goes all the way up to Pro Plus, which typically comes with like a knife of the month or something sharp like that. So we always check out the Pro Plus in this channel. If you want to get the subscription for yourself, you can follow the link on the screen or down in the description and save yourself a little bit of money. But let's pop this open. So years ago, Battlebox used to do monthly themes, and then they just kind of went towards a spread of different gear every month. And by popular demand, they're back to themes this year. So I think we have our very first monthly theme this time. Let's open this up. Lots of goodies here. So here we go. Battlebox Mission Brief 119. Take a quick look through it. Now pull everything out. So right off the bat, you can see the theme is Adventure Awaits. Got some goodies in here. All right, I'm gonna pull everything out, then we'll come back and we'll go through it. Here we go. There we go. Lots of goodies to check out this month. We'll start right off as we always do, checking out the basic box. So first up, we have something from Grail, which is a cup. So Grail, you may know from their awesome like press down filters, but this is just like a straight up camp cup. It has this kind of interesting little silicone ring that I think you slide on here and can use as kind of a grip. You can push it kind of further up on here, which I'm gonna do just for the sake of our video here. But you could just use this as a straight up, I guess, stainless steel cup. It's got a nice coating here on the outside. 16 ounces it says, but you also have a little finger slot here so you can just kind of slide your finger in and have a little grip on it. And you can slide that on and off to clean it up. Yeah, made from 18/8 stainless steel and powder coated for grip, which is nice. That grip definitely feels good. Even has some measurements here on the outside, which I guess you can kind of eyeball just from looking inside the cup as you're making stuff. So interesting. So not necessarily a filtered product like we're used to seeing from Grail, but it's a nice fancy camp cup. So there we go, first item in the basic box. Next up is a book. I feel like over the years we've had lots of different opinions on actually getting books in these subscription boxes. Now there's something to be said about a solid resource, especially these from Field and Stream, which are super well done, highly visual, very practical. I'll tell you what, like my kids who are new to this sort of stuff love looking through these things. So this just in general is the Total Outdoor Manual. So not just camping and not just survival stuff, but a mixture of stuff, fishing tips, hunting tips. If you're into this sort of stuff, you'll probably dig this thing. And these aren't cheap. Again, full color. This is normally priced at 29 bucks if you're buying it in the United States. So lots of value to be had here. I'm more of a gadget guy myself, so getting a book, I'm always like, oh man, I wish I had another gadget, but still cool to look at. But that's the second item in the basic box this month. And then last but not least, buried down here, we kind of have a classic in the knife world, an Opinel. I don't know how long these have been around, but they've been around for a very long time. Classic little slip joint knife. Actually not a slip joint, it has a notch on it that you can twist over to hold your knife in place. But if you're into knives or pocket knives or everyday carry or anything like that at all, you've definitely run across these. Made in France. Let me see if there's anything else special to know about them. So it says it's a razor sharp carbon steel blade, very easy to maintain. They call it a ViroBlock safety ring, which I do like. Sometimes some of these classic knives, they just rely on a little slip joint or something that can easily open and close, and this is definitely easy to put into place. I like for these that it's got a nail nick in it, but you really don't have to use it. You can just kind of grab a hold of it. But it's not going to close up when you have that safety ring pushed over. Great, reliable, very lightweight little classical knives. Awesome for like whittling. If you're sitting around a fire pit and doing like, this is a classic fireside activity like whittling, pretty cool. This is the Opinel number 8. Fun to see a classic in a box like this. So that is our basic box this month. Our advanced box, which costs us a little bit more, we have a tiny repeller by Flextail. So Flextail, I feel like kind of made them a name for themselves, all their little miniature pumps. But this has been making the rounds recently in kind of like the outdoors world. And this is actually the first time I've got my hands on one of these. But this is kind of a combination between a lantern and a mosquito repeller. So pretty interesting little product. Looks like it does charge, it has USB-C charging, that's pretty cool. So we get our little gadget here, several different functions built into it. If you ever used one of the electronic mosquito repellers, and it says here in the instructions on this that you can actually order the little pads that you stick in here. I forget what they call the material, things like pectorin or something like that, but it just kind of keeps a little bubble around you, which is funny because when these things go, you'll see mosquitoes around you, but they won't bite you when this stuff is being emitted. So if you're within a few feet of this thing, you're pretty much good to go. But this has the added benefit of also having a lantern built into it as well. Let me see if I can figure out how to activate this. I don't know, we press and hold, there we go. So it has a really cool diffused light. I don't know if you can see that kind of built into the polycarbonate around here. Several different levels of this light too, so you can just keep pressing. Very nice diffused light. I think it says it's up to 400 lumens, I guess, on bright. So really perfect to have in a tent, especially if you're in a season where you're getting bugs and everything. So you got your light, you have your mosquito repeller built in and everything. It's got a little indicator over here. It's got a little place where you can screw it on. Just lots of different features built into this. I believe it also has a magnet on the end. But that's a really cool item that's gonna be fun to test out in the field. Not too many mosquitoes out right now. We just got a snowstorm here in Tennessee. But when spring rolls around, this thing is gonna be worth its weight in gold. So very cool little item there. All right, moving right along to our Pro Box. We have something that I actually have been using for a while. I believe I had this in another subscription a while ago, but that is one of these super high-end Qualitree duffel bags. So this is made, almost reminds me if you've ever messed with Patagonia's black hole bags, which are really well respected. These are very similar to those, so super high quality. We got YKK zippers on these, lots of little pockets and stash points. They have places here also where you can even wear this like a backpack, and it comes with these straps built in and everything too. So like I said, I'm familiar with this because I actually used this on a trip just a few weekends ago, but I think it's about 40 liters or so, maybe 35. I can check out our little mission brief and see here real quick. Okay, they just have it rated in cubic feet, of which it is 2 cubic feet, weighs 2 pounds on its own, 24 inches by 13 by 21. It's hard to get a good sense for it when you see it on my close-up camera view like this. It does have a big wide stash pocket here at the end. You can like stuff some shoes down in there, and then use the rest of the duffel bag for your clothes or camping gear. But it's all in all a really tough, ruggedized bag. It even has kind of a padded top there. Just an extra step to keep your gear extra nice. I feel like duffel bags are one of those things that everybody has one, but most of them are pretty cheap Walmart bags. But this thing you can use this thing as a carry-on. You can use it out in the field. Take it on some trips where you're just gonna be throwing the bag up into some stove spaces. This thing's gonna last you for quite a while. I've been using mine for going on 3 years now. So I'm glad to have a new one in. This will probably make it over to my wife. So cool to see. That's a great pro item there. And then last but not least, we have our Pro Plus box. Typically some sort of knife. This is a big boy here, and something that I don't think I've ever seen in Battlbox. And this is coming from the Battle Games, which is their YouTube series. But this is a competition knife, which to my knowledge, these things are known just for slicing through things. So I've seen lots of YouTube videos of guys just setting up water bottles and chopping through stuff, trying to one-shot hack through some rope and everything else. But let's open this thing up and check this bad boy out. This package at least has some heft to it. Kind of has a sleeve here. It's from Jim Crowell. Here we go. Looks like we had some sort of sheath as well. So we got a little card. So it says it's extremely sharp. Several warnings, even on the guide here itself, saying, hey, this thing is sharp, because obviously it's made to, in one slice, chop through some stuff. So probably not something you want to be too goofy with, or definitely not careless with. Let's take all this out. Feels like a leather or leather-esque sheath. It smells good. And that thing is thick. Look how thick the edges are on that thing. So we're gonna slide this out. Very long, very wide, very thin blade. So if you look at the back of this, a little bit of jimping right there where your thumb would hit. That is extremely razor sharp. Maybe one of the more sharp things we've received here before. I'm guessing some sort of G10 handle, full tang the whole way down. But it's meant to almost have a machete-like profile. Again, that's made mostly for just setting stuff up and chopping through it for fun. You got a little bit of lanyard on here. I guess it's some sort of paracord or paracord-esque lanyard. You can probably replace that with whatever you want. A little bit of badging there. Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit more about it and see if there's anything I'm missing here. Yeah, it definitely says this is meant for blade sports, which is a whole subset of stuff you can see online in different outdoor competitions and stuff like that. Pretty cool. It's a 10-inch blade, weighs 1 pound, 2.8 ounces. 5 CR stainless steel. It is a G10 handle. It is weighted very well. So far from an EDC knife, and not even really something that you're probably using around the fire pit and stuff. I guess you could, but more something if you want to get in the backyard or get together with some guys and just go ham chopping through some stuff. You can keep this thing pretty easily maintained and just one shot slice through some ropes, slice through water bottles. Basically anything you see on YouTube, you can probably have a blast going off of this thing. So pretty cool. That's an interesting item. In all my time in Battlebox, I've never seen a knife like that in the subscription. So pretty interesting. So there you go. That's the first box of 2025. We get this competition style, crazy chopping knife. We get one heck of a duffel bag. That thing is gonna last you forever. We got from Flextail, we got the insect repeller with some pads you can order just by scanning the code, it looks like. Also has a built-in lantern, also USB-C rechargeable, which I love. We have from Grail this cool campfire cup. We've got the Total Outdoors manual right here. And then we've got an Opinel knife somewhere down here. 2 different sharp things in this month's subscription, which is always fun to see. So there we go, Mission 119. If you want to get the subscription for yourself, you can follow the link on the screen or down in the description and save yourself a little bit of money. But if you're looking for an awesome way to discover some new gear or just feed your gear and EDC habit, I think you're gonna absolutely love Battlbox, one of my favorites to get every month. All right guys, that's it for this month's unboxing. As always, if you dug the video, be sure to hit the like button because it helps the channel out a ton, and subscribe if you wanna see more stuff like this. See you guys next time.